was easy.
Ready? Welcome back to the Coach's Corner, the Coach's Show for the Indiana Ice here at the Music Mill on the north side of Indianapolis. Jake Query here, and we talked to Anthony, we talked all about the team itself, but let's get to know you a little bit for the Ice fans. First off, first time we talked, I noticed the accent and immediately thought, okay, this guy's Canadian. but you're not Canadian, but pretty darn close in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Your first introduction to hockey, my guess would be that it was just playing, when you're in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, a whole different world. Probably just playing out on frozen ponds, huh?
Yeah, it didn't have much of a choice but to be a hockey fan. And for whatever reason, it seemed like there were more outdoor rinks back then, and you grew up playing in the outdoor rinks. And I grew up in Sault Ste. Marie, which is a border town. There's actually a Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and a Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. And so I come by the accent naturally. It was a great spot to grow up at the time. The college team there, Lake Superior State University, which is where I grew up. My dad taught there for a number of years. Was one of the best teams in the country, and so it was a pretty neat experience for me. And then I continued on and spent a lot of time in Canada through playing and also when I was coaching and recruiting.
At what age did you realize this is a game and a sport that I could make a career out of, be it coaching or playing? And which one was, obviously playing was your first aspiration, but when did you also make that transition into coaching?
It would probably be later in my hockey career that I thought I had a chance to be a Division I player. To be honest with you, at that time, they didn't give out scholarships as early or at young age as they do now. And when I got to the USHL, I really didn't know if I'd be a Division I player or not. And it took me 3 years to get a Division I scholarship. I'm kind of surprised
You're
they
right
gave
on
it
the
to
cusp,
me still.
huh?
Yeah, exactly. And I ended up working for the guys that gave it to me. So, but I really wasn't sure. And then when I got into this league and started to do okay, I knew I had a chance. And then I played my first 2 years in college. In my last 2 years, I was not very good, so I didn't play much. And I got a head start on coaching, I'd like to say, by sitting on the bench my last 2 years. And actually, during my senior year in college, my coach came up to me during practice and said, "Have you ever thought about getting into coaching?" And at the same time, I had been talking to my girlfriend then, who is my wife now, about maybe trying to do that. And so it was kind of that little push I needed to say, this is what I want to do.
See, now here's a little tip for you. For future reference, when people are asking about the college experience, you can say it was great because I got a lot of experience in college, but you also got a wife out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty good, right?
Exactly.
Hey, when you deal with kids now, like Anthony, like the kids on your roster, how much of what you went through as a player, be it sitting or be it the travel that you did when you were in this league, how much of that do you feed off of, or has the game even changed in that 10 or 15 years that what you went through is kind of antiquated now?
I certainly think the game's changed, and in the position I was a goalie, and it's definitely changed a lot. I actually had to reteach myself how to be an instructor of goalies when I got into coaching. But I do think you draw from the experiences that you had, and I don't like to talk about my specific experience except to let the guys know that I've run the gamut of what they're going through. I've sat in their shoes here. I've not played in this league much. I played a lot in this league. I played in college, and then I didn't play in college. I've kind of experienced everything they're going through. And although I'm not feeling it at the same time, I can at least relate to it and understand what they're going through.
Do you find yourself, because of your experiences and years where you didn't play a lot, do you find yourself maybe more conscientious of that kid's mindset and not getting too down on himself, that never knows when his number may be called and you might need him to come out and contribute?
I think that's the number one lesson is you can control what you can control. And I had an opportunity to coach U.S. team with Eddie Olchuk overseas a couple years ago, and Eddie talked about that all the time. Control what you can control. And it's something that it's very hard for young guys to realize, but the more they can do that and not worry about my decisions, whether they play or not, the better off they're going to be, because then when they do get their opportunity, they're going to be prepared to execute.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you're a father. You have one or two children?
I have two children. I have a 3.5-year-old boy. He's not 4 yet, because when he's 4, he's not going to be afraid of dogs anymore, he tells me. So that's a big milestone. And then I have a 2-year-old daughter as well.
Now, do you foresee for your son, what if he comes to you at the age of 8, 9 years old and says, "It's hockey, I'm not into it"? Do you think, is he already taken to the game? Do you see him playing hockey? Would you encourage it?
He loves hockey right now, and he almost doesn't have a chance except to love hockey because he's around it so much, and he gets to come in our locker room, he gets to skate with the guys at times, and so he loves it right now. But that's not to say he's going to love it in 5 years, and I'm fine with whatever he wants to do. I'd like if he really enjoyed golf so that I can go golfing with him.
Well, I've noticed that a lot of hockey players are natural golfers. I noticed when I worked in St. Louis, I went out once with a guy named Chris Pronger who played for the Blues, who was an unbelievable driver. And the motion, I guess that makes sense. But I wonder, too, if it's not also partially, you mentioned being a goaltender, the mental aspect of it, just kind of having to have the focus in golf. What is it that makes those two go hand in hand?
I think eye-hand coordination is real important in hockey, and you see most of the guys, their eye-hand in golf is real good. And I also think the seasons, you play hockey in the winter, you play golf in the summer.
Sure.
And it's something that I love to do. I'm not very good at it, but I love to do it. And it's my only way really now to compete. So, and I would love if my kids played just so we can get out there as much as possible. My wife plays a little bit, but she'd like to play more for sure.
What are the biggest differences between, let's say, where you grew up, the UP, other than the accent, and Indianapolis? I mean, how has Indianapolis embraced your family? Do you like it here? Is this home yet to you?
You know what? We've really enjoyed it. It is home. We've lived in a couple different spots through my coaching career. A medium-sized town in Grand Rapids, Michigan, a small town in Oxford, Ohio, and then a little bit bigger town in Indy. And so we've really, like I said, enjoyed it. I think there's a community feel here, but yet you can go downtown, you can go to a Pacers game, you can go to a Colts game, you can go out to dinner down there and still get a little bit of the city feel as well. So we've really enjoyed our time here.
And always looking to grow that fan base, but when you talk about the fans of the Indiana Ice, always looking for more fans, but it's a pretty diehard group, isn't it?
Yeah, they're a passionate group. All the way through the playoffs last year on some real weird nights. On a Monday night, they came out and they were really passionate. They were loud.
Knowledgeable fans?
They're knowledgeable. This level is a level where guys play so hard every single night. So I think they appreciate how hard they play, the action that's involved in it. Hockey is one of those sports that if you watch it live is so much better than watching it on TV. So people that go for their first game seem to love it, and our fans are real passionate.
All right, let's talk now, just as we wrap it up, on where you guys go from here. You got another one on the road. I believe you're going to Youngstown, right? Then you come back to Indianapolis.
Yeah, we leave for Youngstown on Wednesday night. We'll play there Thursday. And then we go Friday, Saturday at home against Lincoln at Pepsi Coliseum. The following week we're at home Friday, Saturday at Pepsi Coliseum. Then we get a break, and then we have a big game downtown New Year's Eve. So that's a big game for us. We really want to get as many people down there as possible as well, and so hopefully the fans continue to come out in this home stretch.
Pepsi Coliseum's pretty cool, isn't it? The Beatles played there.
That's
pretty cool, right?
I mean, you see JFK spoke there, the Beatles played there, and the Ice are playing there, so I think it's a good trio.
All right. Hey, Coach, really appreciate it, all right? And best of luck to you when you go out to Youngstown, all right? And then, and again, as he said, Ice back in action coming up this coming week on the weekend, so your chance to come out to the Pepsi Coliseum and see the Indiana Ice in action. Again, come out to the Music Mill. They open for dinner at 5 o'clock Monday through Saturday. They're open Sunday noon to 4, but you eat here and you get to buy one, get one free. So you come out again, give that to one of your buddies.
I will.
All right, and then again, your chance to get the ticket, go out and see the Ice. New Year's Eve, if you're not at the Ice game, which you should be, then you could be here at the Music Mill also. They will have 3 bands live for the New Year's Eve celebration. I don't think Dick Clark's going to be here. He might be. Maybe he'll be down at your game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's not like he's going to be cold enough in Times Square. He might as well come out and check out some Ice.
Come on, you can come early to the Ice game and then come here for the concert.
There you go.
So, yeah, it's a good.
I like the way that works. That's right. Yeah, it's long. It's over before midnight, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, it's a 6 o'clock game, so it's out early, and then you go do your other stuff.
All the time in the world. All right, so that is it. We appreciate you watching here on 1070thefan.com, the Coach's Corner, along with Jeff Blashill. I'm Jake Query from Music Mill. It is on 82nd Street, just a tad bit west of Dean Road. Come up and check it out, and then, of course, get to the Indiana Ice schedule and see your Ice in action. That's it for now. For Jeff, head coach, I'm Jake. Thanks for watching.